And you're listening to KSQM, and it is the Working on Wellness Radio Forum. And today my guest is Sara Nicholls. She's the Executive Director of the Sequim Free Clinic, and she's been with the clinic for 10 years. And let's just start right off, Sara. Let's start with the big picture and tell us what the Sequim Free Clinic is and what you serve and who you serve.
Okay, so we serve the uninsured, underinsured, or folks that don't have a provider in the area. So we're that safety net we can treat anybody. We have 2 basic urgent care clinics a week, Monday and Thursday evenings starting at 4:30. We have a chronic care clinic, which is by appointment, and that is our only paid provider. All of our providers are volunteers. That is our only paid provider, and that's for people that have diabetes, hypertension, something that needs to be followed on a regular basis, and so we can maintain their care there. We, through Olympic Medical Center, we're able to provide free lab and x-rays for the uninsured. And we have a dental voucher program for emergency dental work within the Sequim School District. And we have some limited vaccinations and prescription assistance as well.
And so you're there so that people don't fall through the cracks.
Exactly. We're the health safety net.
The clinic is celebrating 25 years. How did that begin?
We are. It is amazing. So we started in 2001. We were started by the Dungeness Valley Lutheran Church, and their parish nurse, Mary Griffith, she saw a need. And folks were retiring. They weren't old enough for Medicare. They had no insurance, and they needed a place to go. And so she got a group of the church together and said, we need to do this, and they all agreed, and so they just started going. And so we were in the little house in front of Dungeness Valley Lutheran Church, and we're there for quite a few years. In those 25 years, we have served over 18,000 patient visits. That's in the urgent care, another 8,000 in our chronic care, and we have provided over $7 million worth of medical care to our community. It's just neighbors helping neighbors.
How does the clinic look like today compared to those early days?
Well, today we're in a professional space. Olympic Medical Center also gives us our space for free. So we've got 3 exam rooms, a conference room, a nice lobby, a nurse's station. We have a beautiful space in the Sequim Medical Plaza. If it's 777 North 5th Avenue, and if you come into the Sequim Medical Plaza, you can drive around the back of the building, and that's where our entrance is.
There's good signage there, so you can find it.
Yeah. There's a sign. We're on the main sign on the street, and then there's signs directing you to go around the building as you go. They're a little small, so just go around the back of the building. Either way.
But it's easy to find.
It is easy to find.
And so how many volunteers do you have?
We have between 70 and 75 volunteers. They are doctors, nurses, nurse practitioners, receptionists, data entry, folks that work behind the scenes for the different activities that we do. Our Fun Walk always had a bunch of extra volunteers, and we've got some things that I'll be telling you about that we've got a lot of extra volunteers for, and of course our entire volunteer board.
And so if someone wanted to volunteer, what would they do?
They just reach out to us through our website. We've got a contact us page on our website, and they can reach out and let us know what kinds of stuff they want to do, and we'll find a place for them if we can.
So you don't necessarily need to be a medical professional?
Absolutely not.
And so if you're interested in volunteering, you just go to sequimfreeclinic.org.
Correct.
Okay. Talk a little bit about the Affordable Care Act and how you saw some numbers decline. Absolutely.
So before the Affordable Care Act, we were seeing probably 1,400, 1,500 patients a year. When the Affordable Care Act came out and folks were starting to get covered by insurance, our numbers dropped, as you might expect. But, you know, as things happen, folks decided they can't afford it, or they found out that the insurance that they were able to get was more catastrophic, and so they had high deductibles, really high deductibles, and high copays. And so it's still, even though they had insurance in case something horrible went wrong, you get a flu or a cold or a strained muscle, it's too expensive to go to the doctor. And so people were delaying their care. And then, of course, we also saw a number drop off with the pandemic. we were closed for 6 weeks while we figured out how to do everything in our new world. And but once we came back, the numbers started coming back. And this year alone, we are 25% above where we were last year.
So what are some of the biggest needs that you're seeing right now in our community?
The biggest need is the access for primary health care. There's just not enough providers to cover everybody in a timely manner sometimes. So even people with insurance are waiting anywhere from 3 to 5 months to get into one of our current systems. Half of our patients don't have insurance, and most of them don't have a regular doctor, and cost is a major barrier, even with insurance, as I mentioned, with the deductibles and the copays. So we're sometimes their first stop, and hopefully their only stop, and they don't have to seek further care.
One of the great things about the free clinic is if you're new to the area, you've just moved here, and a lot of people are moving to Sequim from other areas, and you can go to the free clinic when you're waiting to find a doctor or you're doctor shopping.
Right. I wished I had known about the clinic when I moved here, because I had regular medications that I needed refilled, and it took me about 9 months to get into the system then, but that was a long time ago. And I kept having to call back home to get my prescriptions refilled, and my doctors were getting very angry with me, saying, "Sarah, I'm trying." So we can be that bridge for anybody that is waiting to get into the system.
The biggest needs that you're seeing is people that don't have insurance or they don't have a regular doctor, and the free clinic can be the first stop and sometimes the only stop for care. And you talked a little bit about what if you've got ongoing chronic conditions. Right. You've got a program for that.
We do. We have our chronic care clinic, and those clinics run 2 or 3 times a month, and they're by appointment. So if you need regular blood work, every 3-6 months, something like that, we'll just get you set up in our chronic care program, and then we can see you on a regular basis and handle those diseases or conditions so that they don't get out of control. And the whole goal is to keep people out of the emergency room and make sure that they can stay healthy all the time instead of...
So the clinic is volunteer-driven. What roles do the volunteers play?
So we have providers, we have nurses, we have front desk staff, which are our receptionists, we have interpreters, we have data entry, and then, like I said, we've got people helping behind the scenes for, like, our fun walk. We are having we'll talk about it in a couple minutes, but we're having an open house tonight, so we will have some volunteers there. We are having our shred event, so we'll have volunteers there. And of course, our gala in October that we'll talk about is going to have a lot of volunteers. Already does, but it's going to have a lot more volunteers too. So there's all kinds of. It's really, we can find a job for pretty much anybody. So
tell us. I'm speaking with Sara Nicholls. She's the executive director, and tell us a little bit about the Working on Wellness program.
Sure. Well, that's basically what we're doing here right now. And so it's our way of reaching beyond the clinic walls and talk to people that don't actually come into the clinic and provide health education on a variety of topics. And so we'll have folks on chronic disease management, we'll have mental health discussions, we'll have nutrition discussions, preventative care, that sort of thing. We used to do these forums in person at Trinity United Methodist Church, and they were a big hit, and we would fill the place, and it was wonderful. And then COVID hit, and we had our phone. I think we shut down around the 15th of March. The world shut down, and the 3 days before that was our last in-person WOW before everything shut down. And we came to you guys, and you immediately said yes, and we have been here ever since, and we can't thank KSQM enough for that, and you in particular, because you are such a wonderful conversationalist. You make this a lot easier for our speakers. And so, and if folks can't listen to it live like we're doing right now, you record the audio, but we also record it as a video, and that can be watched on our website. So this forum will be on our website in probably Friday or Saturday. So folks can go back and watch the whole library of all of our wows that we've done.
And go back
for the
and
last
see
couple
some of the
years.
doctors that have talked about different subjects.
Exactly. Or if you catch something in the car on the radio and oh darn, I wished I'd heard that whole thing. Well, you can. Just wait a day or two and then go to our website and it'll be there.
SequimFreeClinic.org.
Thank you. Yes.
What are you the most proud of when you look back over the past 25 years?
The consistency and the compassion that we have been able to bring to healthcare for the underserved of our community. Through economic changes, healthcare reform, even COVID, we've continued to show up, and folks have needed us, and so they continue to show up. And so it's pretty amazing. We may be small, but our impact is huge.
And tell our listeners again when they can go to the clinic.
So on Monday and Thursday evenings, it's a walk-in clinic. The doors open at 4:30. Patients are seen as they have arrived. We will have a volunteer nurse who will screen everybody to make sure that we don't have any symptoms that require a mask. They'll take your vitals, just like a normal doctor's office. We'll have another nurse that'll take your vitals and put you in a room. We will have a provider come in and see you, and then we have a nurse manager who will go over your discharge instructions and get you out of there as quickly as possible.
Well, here's a question. Suppose you're new to the area, and you really don't have a need to go to the doctor, but you need to go somewhere so you can kind of get started. And do you have to have a problem in order to go to the free clinic, or can you just go in and say, I'm new. If I have a problem, I'd like to be able to come back and see somebody. Is that a possibility?
We won't turn them away if that's what they want. But we do sometimes get pretty busy, so it could be a wait. If there's somebody that has a concern or is wondering about our clinic, first of all, first plug, tonight we are having an open house at the clinic. The clinic will be open from 4 to 6. It's in conjunction with the Sequim Dungeness Chamber of Commerce, and we're doing a happy hour open house at the clinic tonight from 4 to 6. If you have any questions, if you just want to see it and make sure that it looks like a doctor's office, please come. We'll give you a tour. We'll answer whatever questions you have. Almost my whole board is going to be there to also answer questions. We may have a few volunteers that actually work at the clinic that will be there. I will be there, and we'd love to show you around. But no, if you're concerned, come in for anything. And if we're not too busy, we can give you a tour and talk to you about how we work.
So one great reason to use the clinic is if you're on medication, you're new here, you need to get your medication renewed. You need to see someone so that they can renew it.
Right.
Yes. Or what if you've got, I'm sure you have a triage if someone comes in and they're bleeding.
Yes.
You kind of look at those people first and then
Right. Yeah. Okay. Well, if there's something that the initial nurse sees, then we can move them up, and we won't hesitate if it's something that we can't handle. We will not hesitate to send them either to the emergency room or the walk-in clinic, whatever next level they need to have if it's something that we're not able to handle.
Okay. And so you talked a little bit about the open house tonight, and we'll mention that again, but tell us about what you've planned for the 25th anniversary.
It's been a busy year already. So our first and most important event of the year is our volunteer and donor appreciation event, which we hold in April each year. And it was such a wonderful event. We had such a wonderful turnout, and we put together a video this year to thank all of our volunteers and our donors alike. And it was just a wonderful event. We hold it at OTA, and it was beautiful. And then again, tonight is our after-hours open house chamber event, which will be from 4 to 6 in our building. And then mark your calendars, on June 20th, which is a Saturday, we are doing our second annual shred event. So we'll have a big shred truck. We're going to be at Trinity United Methodist Church from 9 to noon or until the truck fills up, whichever happens first. We ask that you limit it to 3 boxes, unless you really make it worth our while.
Like a nice donation?
Yeah. A suggested donation is $20 for the 3 boxes. If you have more than that, make it worth our while, and we'll probably accommodate you.
Make room for you.
We're not used to turning people away, so that's how it works. And then a new thing for us that we have never done before, and we're very excited about it. We are hosting our first gala. And so it is a dueling pianos gala and auction. It will be at Seven Cedars in their new Club Nova, which will be open by then. It's on October 3rd. Tickets are on sale now. You, again, go to our website on sequimfreeclinic.org. On the front page is the flyers for each one of these events, and just click on the Get Your Tickets Now, and there's an early bird code for early bird tickets that are on sale now.
Okay.
So it'll be a lot of fun.
How can the community get involved and support the clinic?
Always volunteer. If you have the time, reach out and volunteer. If you have extra funds and you want to donate, the clinic is run primarily on donations. Almost half of our donations come from private donors. I of course write grants, and we have a couple of contracts between OMC and the city of Sequim, but most of our donations come from private individuals or through our fundraiser, that sort of thing. So donations are always welcome, and we greatly appreciate them. Attend our events. Come out tonight. Come to the Shred event. Come to the gala. Anything that we're doing, please feel free to join us. We're always open to the public. But if you can't do any of that, just help us spread the word. If you are on Facebook or Instagram, please take a look at our volunteer spotlights. That's another thing that we've been doing since pretty much the start of the year. I think I started in February. Once a week, I will post a new volunteer with a little paragraph about them. And the response to those has been overwhelming. I mean, people are just saying how wonderful these people are, which of course we know they are, but it's just been so positive and so nice. So get onto Facebook or something and share that.
I know a number of retired nurses that are volunteering for the clinic, and so it keeps you in the industry a little bit longer. And,
exactly.
And the volunteers like it as well as the clinic patients.
Exactly. Well, and for volunteer providers who are retired, we have the VRP program, Volunteer Retired program, that covers insurance for them, the malpractice insurance and all that for them. So that's a nice plus, that they don't have to worry about that to maintain working, even though they've officially retired.
The open house happens tonight, so tell us a little bit more about that.
So the open house is just that. We're opening our doors to have folks come in. We won't have any providers on site, so don't come if you're sick. That's not what tonight is about, but it's just an open house for any questions. If you've ever wondered, do we really look like a doctor's office? I mean, Free Clinic can have some connotations to it, and we're just a normal doctor's office. And so this is the opportunity for us to open up to the public, to have you come in, ask whatever questions you might have, get a tour of the clinic, and just see and feel comfortable in the space. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So it's tonight from 4 to 6. We're at 777 North 5th Avenue, which is the Sequim Medical Plaza. And I'll have signs out with balloons, so follow them, but you need to just drive around the back of the building, and our entrance is there. And so that's really exciting to do for us. But we've also, I mentioned that and the Shred event and the gala, but we also participated in the Duck Derby. We participated in the Irrigation Festival. We have been at the Farmers Market a couple of times, and we've got, I think, at least one more date at the Farmers Market where we'll be there. And when we're at the Farmers Market, we're taking blood pressures and checking your glucose levels and that sort of thing. So it's also a chance to just check in on things and see how they're going. And then we also do the back to school fair in August, and the public safety fair that happens in October. So yeah, we try to get out in the community as much as we can. We want to make sure, and that's where you listeners can help, is get the word out there that we're here, and anybody that needs us, we don't turn folks away.
What are your hopes for the next 25 years for the clinic?
Well, I've said this 100 times, and anybody who knows me has heard it, but human services, the goal of human service nonprofits is to go out of business because the need is no longer there. And we all know that that's not going to happen anytime soon. So my goal for the next 25 years is to continue to provide free, quality, compassionate health care to the folks that need us. And we'll keep an eye on the community needs, and if we need to expand hours or days of service, we're always looking at that option. Possibly bringing in at some point some different specialties, and just strengthening our partnerships with other community nonprofits and services, so that we make sure that our folks are taken care of in a well-rounded way.
You've been doing this for 10 years.
Just sitting here, I realized my anniversary was last week. Yes, I've been there 10 years. Time flies when you're having fun.
Well, and you get a lot done over there at the clinic. Let's talk a little bit more about the upcoming gala that you've got planned, and this dueling pianos.
Yes.
Talk about that.
Well, I'm fine. Okay, so dueling pianos is my all-time favorite form of entertainment. And when we go out, and I was shocked to find that there's several people that don't know what dueling pianos are. So thank you for letting me do this. So we're hiring Felix and Fingers, and they're bringing two pianists out, and they know songs from any era. I mean, you name it, they can play it. And so the idea behind dueling pianos is that you'll have little slips of paper that you write down your requests, and you include it with a tip. And so they will play based on the tips, the different songs. But the real fun part comes in is if a song is playing that you absolutely hate, put in a higher bid. And so then you get this bidding war going back and forth between folks, and it's just an absolute blast. So
the pianists don't play against each other. One plays and then the other one plays? Is that how it happens?
Until it gets going. Yes, okay. That's how it starts out. But they'll ramp up the audience. This is going to be a fun, a very interactive, fun night. And so they work you up, and then songs come out, and they'll say, for $10 we can get rid of this song, and so they'll do that back and forth.
So the proceeds go to the clinic.
Yes, and then they're generously will donate all of the tips that they make. They will donate those back to the clinic,
nice.
Which is absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
And then also that night we're going to be having a silent auction. We have several items so far. We're still collecting items, but we will be having a 6 to 8 night cruise with Royal Caribbean that will be up for auction. We've got 2 sets of Mariners tickets for the 27 season, generously donated by Sound Community Bank. And those will include VIP parking. So we'll have 2 sets of 2 tickets. And then we'll have other items that are being made, and art items that will be auctioned off. And we're not doing it's not going to be an online auction. I will have them online as we get them, just so folks can kind of see what items we're going to have. But it's going to be an old-fashioned silent auction where you're going to have to get up and walk around the room and keep an eye on the things you're bidding on to make sure that
outbid the other guy.
Exactly.
Where is that going to be?
We're going to be at 7 Cedars in their new room, the Club Nova, that's under construction right now. It is a dinner, so we will have you have your choice of prime rib, chicken, or a vegetarian option. And when you go in and buy tickets, it'll ask what you want. And then there's options in there too. If you're buying your ticket separately, but you want to sit with somebody, just put their name and email address if you have it in a box that'll be provided, and I'll do my best to get you seated together.
It sounds very exciting.
It's going to be a blast.
This dueling piano seems very, very intriguing to me.
Yeah. Oh, it is so much fun. It is absolutely my favorite form of entertainment. And so I wanted to bring it out here.
So, folks, if there's anything that we didn't cover, or something that you want to learn a little bit more about, just go to sequimfreeclinic.org and be sure and try and stop by the open house tonight at 777 Fifth Avenue, around the back.
Yes.
Sara, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us, and thank you for keeping our WOW Forum going.
Well, it's our pleasure.